Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hubar begins now.
Tasmania's COVID-19 death toll has grown, with a man in his 90s dying after testing positive for the illness. It comes as the state marks a year since the first COVID vaccines were administered, with children lining up for their second dose from today.
Rolling up their sleeves, these children gave Tasmania's fight against COVID another shot in the arm. Charlotte and Lucas now both double-dosed.
I was okay because I remembered last time when I got the COVID needle, it didn't hurt as much as other needles.
For their parents, it was an easy decision.
It's just like any other vaccination to protect your child, I think, yeah. Follow the advice that you've been told.
It gives us peace of mind that now everyone in our household is vaccinated.
It has been a year since the first vaccine was delivered in Tasmania. A staff of more than 700 has administered more than 1.2 million doses. Around 98% aged over 16 have received their second dose, but experts are still aiming for a higher figure.
Anything that's short of 100% sort of leaves me a little bit disappointed.
I love what I do and I can see an end and a goal to what we're doing.
A reminder of the need for protection coming today, with our COVID death toll rising to 26. An aged care resident dying after testing positive earlier this week.
The man was aged in his 90s and was a resident in an aged care facility in the state's north. My understanding is that in fact he was the only one at the moment, active case at the moment.
Around 20,000 eligible children aged 5 to 15 are still unvaccinated. With school and junior sports keeping parents busy, experts are urging them to find the time.
Critically important to protecting us. Vaccination is the reason why Tasmania has a low hospitalisation rate.
I can help protect myself so it's less likely to get COVID.
We need to protect everyone in Tassie as much as possible, so everyone needs to do their bit.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
The Northwest was the centre of the footy world today, with the AFL doing its part to help those affected by the Hillcrest tragedy. A sold-out crowd packed Devonport Oval to see their footy heroes pay tribute to the 6 lives lost.
The AFL's Community Series takes footy to the regions, but some regions need a bounce more than others.
It's amazing how much love you can feel here in Devonport for this.
The AFL wrapped its arms around the Northwest today, doing what it can to help heal Hillcrest.
I speak for football, which we're here to try and bring this community together and do our little bit for people to help to move forward.
We're just here to show some support and some love and raise some funds for what happened last year.
Footy fans lined up early outside Devonport Oval, ready to take their seats.
Great one, Tobin.
Just exciting. We don't get a lot of AFL footy.
Especially to support the tragedy that happened, so yeah, that's an awesome thing.
It's been tough for the whole community, and yeah, if you've got children, you'd understand why.
Pre-match, Hillcrest survivor Declan Brown, a Richmond fan himself, brought the ball out. Fellow survivor Bo Medcraft tossed the coin.
First week special, I guess. Good thing.
Before the ground fell silent, as all remembered the lives lost and families broken.
Our thoughts will always be with the 6 families who unfortunately and very sadly lost a child, and also with the 3 families whose children were injured.
Some good news finally coming for those families. The $1.4 million raised through GoFundMe finally available.
We provided some legal assistance and support, and I'm very pleased that those funds will now be able to be released to the families that have been impacted.
Today's about more than footy, but for many young fans, the game alone was enough to put smiles on faces. And one name was the talk of the town.
Dusty Marshall.
Dusty.
A sellout crowd rode every kick, every bounce of the ball, every hand pass and every goal. And those who've made Devonport Oval their second home took it all in, thankful the big league had returned.
I just look around today, I'm really excited. All the work that's gone into it, not only us, but lots of other people to make it happen. we feel really proud of it today.
Oh, it's absolutely magnificent, really is. It's a tribute to all concerned.
A tight-knit community's tribute to 6 young lives taken too soon. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
The push to upgrade Hobart Airport's runway is taking flight. Project managers are seeking $60 million worth of federal government funding, with the airport chipping in a further $20 million. Tasmania's tourism industry says direct flights and expanded cargo capability would see more than 1,000 jobs created and a spike in visitation.
It's also going to deliver huge economic value in the international flights that it will attract, but also the freight opportunities for many of the tourism and agriculture sectors.
The last time the runway was upgraded was in 2017. The state government's proposed $750 million new Hobart Stadium has won approval from the boss of the AFL. Gillum McLaughlin making the comments while attending today's Hillcrest tribute match in Devonport. He also gave an insight into the progress of the state's bid for an AFL team, saying there's still some work to be done.
Everyone's got to come to the party on this, and there's a process to play it up. I'm not avoiding it, but we've got to wait to play that out. But I think there's a lot of work being done, and I think we realise it's a pretty seminal moment for Tasmanian football. I think everyone understands that.
A final decision is expected later this year. A runaway cat who hitchhiked inside a food van has been reunited with his family. Red was snapped catching a lift in the back of a Woolworths truck. After the story featured on 7 Tasmania News earlier this week, a member of the family recognised the feline and alerted Red's worried owners.
Our auntie was on the deck and she saw the news, and we haven't seen him for like 4 or 5 days, and she said, "Does Red wear a red collar?"
Shelter workers say the incident is a wake-up call.
Having a microchipped animal is really the only way you're going to get reunited with your pet if it goes missing. There are some lucky cases, but you're really important to have a microchip.
The family says this isn't the first time Red has taken a ride. Tasmania's wild duck hunting season officially began today, with hunters urged to follow the rules. The Environment Department says recent surveys indicate duck numbers are healthy and not vulnerable to over-harvesting. Those taking part are reminded hunting is banned in national parks, with the exception of certain areas. The season runs until June 5. The Jack Jumpers are in a tight battle with the NZ Breakers as they look to get out of a mid-season slump. Playing their first game in the Silver Dome, Tasmania's team took a few bumps and bruises in the first quarter, with Josh Adams taking a big blow. The star guard returned and shaking off any injury worries.
Guarded by Bark. Blows past him, look out!
Poor shooting has plagued the Jack Jumpers, who've missed 11 shots from behind the three-point line. The Breakers lead by 1 at half-time.
A cloudy and humid day in Tasmania today, with showers developing about the central north and northeast during the afternoon. Hobart 25, Launceston 27, Devonport 24 and Burnie 24. 30 today at Bushy Park, Grove and Flinders Island 27, Smithton and the Friendly Beaches 26, 25 at St Helens and Low Head, Strahan 23, King and Maria Islands 22 and 19 at Lyowini. On the satellite picture we can see that widespread low cloud across the state today. A frontal cloud band lies along the west coast of Tasmania to a low over western Victoria. There is a trough to the east with thunderstorm activity. A broad band of cloud lies over the interior of Western Australia and extends to western South Australia. There is also thunderstorm activity over northeast Queensland. Tomorrow's chart shows the high pressure system has moved east to lie below South Australia, with ridges to the south of Tasmania and through Western Australia. Troughs lie over eastern and northern Australia as well as the west of WA. Fresh to strong and gusty south and southeasterly winds, 15 to 35 knots, gradually easing during the afternoon and evening, tending easterly later. Swellies between 1 and 4 metres around the state tomorrow. There is a severe weather warning for damaging winds for people on the Furneaux Islands, the northeast, central north and parts of the east coast and Midland forecast district. There is also a gale warning for the far northwest coast, central north coast, Banks Strait and Franklin Sound, the east of Flinders Island and the upper east coast. There is a strong wind warning for the Derwent Estuary, Frederick Henry Bay and Norfolk Bay tomorrow, as well as for Storm Bay, the lower east coast, the southeast coast, the southwest coast and the central west coast. There is a sheep graziers warning for the central north forecast district and a flood warning for the South Esk River. Hobart, a cloudy day tomorrow, 17, 18 and cloudy at Richmond, and Ooze cloudy and 19. Launceston, partly cloudy, 21, 22 with cloud clearing in Devonport and cloud clearing at Deloraine, also 20 degrees. Burnie, cloud clearing 22, Strahan much the same and Curry 20, partly cloudy. St Helens an early shower or two, 18, 17 at Swansea an early shower or two and a very windy day, 20 degrees for Whitemark. The UV is 8 tomorrow with sunrise at 6:57 a.m. Looking ahead to Monday now, fine until showers develop about the west in the evening. Tuesday, showers about the west and south, clearing during the morning, fine elsewhere, and Wednesday, a fine day. And on the mainland tomorrow, a sunny day in Perth, 34, Adelaide 24, partly cloudy, 23 and rain in Sydney and Brisbane, 33 degrees with showers and a possible storm. And currently in Hobart, it's 21 and cloudy, Launceston 26, partly cloudy, Devonport 23, partly cloudy. And Lou, that's tonight's weather forecast.
Beautiful, thanks for that, Carmen. And before we leave you tonight, late night strollers at Sandy Bay's Long Beach have caught a glimpse of a spectacular natural light show. A lone seal came to the shore and rolled about in the shallow areas of the bay, and glowing waves could be seen flowing off the animal's back. It's termed bioluminescence and is created by tiny single-celled organisms which flash when the water is disturbed. And that's all your news for your Saturday evening. Thank you for joining us. We will see you tomorrow. Good night.